Hey folks, Paul here for In the Hot Seat West Coast Edition. I have a video for you that's a little different than the videos that Roland and I have been doing so far. This is kind of an unboxing and also the first part to a series that I'm going to start up. First is the unboxing. Roland has been talking about the fact that he recently got some more ghost chilies as well as some Trinidad butch-ts, and I had spoken to him about the next time he was going to send me anything, which I was kind of hoping he'd send me some of those. But I got this in the mail. It is a very thin envelope, and I wasn't sure what this was going to be until I noticed what was on the back, which is, "Have fun spending the next 6 months wondering, jackass." Ha! That let me know that this was something that Roland and I had talked about. I recently started germinating my own seeds and starting my own pepper plants so that we can have a segment on this show about actually growing peppers from seeds, directly from scratch. I did a bunch of the seeds from the Amazons that Roland had sent me, and I'll show you those in just a few minutes, actually. But what I found inside this envelope was this. All it says, I'm assuming you can read this, is Lotto. Now, Roland won't tell me what these are. The whole point of this little game or experiment, I guess, is that I have to grow them and then try and figure out what they are based on what the plants produce. And the whole reference to 6 months is that it's going to take me at very least that long before these actually start to flower and produce fruit. Now, I'm actually going to cheat just a little bit. I can tell that there are, I think, at least 2, maybe 3 different kinds of seeds in here, so I think this actually might be a bit of a lottery. I'm really not sure what's going to germinate, what's going to actually put down tap roots, and what's going to turn into a real plant. So this could be interesting. But what I noticed while looking at these seeds and kind of like trying to figure out what they are just based on their shape, I noticed something else in here. And if I can get it on the knife, you'll see it too. Come on. There it is. A tiny, tiny little piece of pepper flesh. You can see it right there against my cheek. It's dried out, as are the seeds, because Roland obviously dried these really well and actually threw in a little silica gel pack to make sure that they were going to completely desiccate. The actual flesh here has some distinctly like bright red coloration to it. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that at all, especially with the quality of my camera. But it's, I'm really not sure what this is, like, at all. So we're going to do a little taste test. Oh, whatever it is. Whatever it is very, very hot. Wow! That tiny little piece just tore my tongue apart. You know, I'm not versed in all the different nuances of like hot chilies yet, but based on the all the different hot sauces that I've had over the years, I'd say that had some ghost chili properties. I mean, it had heat that was definitely in the realm of a super hot like that. Still feeling it. It got me right on the tip of the tongue because I just crushed it up and ate it with the with my front teeth to try and make sure that I would get as much flavor as possible. I made sure I got as much heat as I could too. Wow, that tiny little pepper. Well, that tiny little piece of pepper, that really hurts. Oh boy, does that make me excited and terrified of whatever the hell these are. I can see that like some of the seeds still have that that red flesh on them, right on their, like the part that would actually connect to the placenta. Jeez. Oh, these are gonna suck eventually. Oh, is there some more in there? Ah. Alright. Well, that does it for the first part of this. I'm going to seal up this bag so I don't lose any seeds. I want to germinate as many of these as I can and see what I get. Next is going to be the first part of a much, much longer series. Like I said, I ended up germinating the seeds from the Amazon peppers that Roland had sent me back in the day. And I'm going to show you guys what those eventually became. Now, I'm just at the beginnings of some of this. Now, we can see here are Amazon sprouts. These guys right here are my pride and joy. This guy is really blowing up and turning into an actual plant, and he's doing a really good job. All of the peppers that I germinated, all the seeds that I germinated from the Amazons did really well, except for a couple that were kind of weak, so I ended up plucking them. I'm going to be thinning these out eventually and putting them all in their own pots, probably at least 3-gallon pots. And all I've been doing, I've been using a combination of the local soil, actually, because at first that's all I had to work with, and Miracle-Gro orchid mix. From all the research I had done, I found a lot of people offering a lot of really good evidence that saying that this was really good for hot chilies, especially some of the super hots. Now, the Amazons aren't the hottest peppers in the world, obviously. They're only, in the 80,000 range. But they're definitely hot peppers. Now, the process has been really simple. I just wet some paper towel, because I used fresh seeds, so I didn't have to soak them to loosen them up or anything. Laid down the seeds, folded it over, put it in a Ziploc bag, and left it on top of my oven. Now, I have a natural gas oven, and it's also a pilot light oven, obviously. So that means that it always has some warmth to it. Germinating seeds, especially hot pepper seeds, can really be expedited by warmth. A lot of people actually suggest using a heating blanket underneath your germination trays when you're dealing with hot peppers, because they are a tropical plant. I'm not going to get into this too much. I'm actually going to do a second video for this where I actually show you the start of the new peppers. And I'm going to keep you guys updated, hopefully, and let you know how all this goes. I'm going to show you at the end of this video some of the progression shots of the growth of these peppers over time, so you can actually see what they've been doing and how much they've changed. But until next time, this is Paul for In the Hot Seat West Coast Edition. I'll see you soon with some updates. Peace.